Hi there. Today in this session I will be discussing about multi-dimensional array. In not all cases, we implement single-dimensional array. For example, if you would like to store the data in the form of table or matrix or vector, you talk about multi-dimensional array or two or more dimensional array. It looks like a rectangular array because it has the same length for each row with a different number of columns. It can be two-dimensional array or three-dimensional array or more, but at least two-dimensional array has to be there. We do call it as a multi-dimensional array. We separate the multiple dimensions, we separate by the comma. To storing and accessing the elements from a multi-dimensional array, you need to use a nested loop. The outer loop works with the rules and the inner loop works for the column. This is how we declare the multi-dimensional array. You can see that here I put on the two dimensions. The first dimension is the row, 3 rows, and the second dimension is the column that is 3 columns. In my case both are 3 and 3. You can see that here the first row has the index 0, and the column index keeps changing. In the second row the row index is 1 and the column index keeps changing, and so on. Let's try implementing the multi-dimensional array practically. Here I would like to store the marks array, but I wanted to store 5 different marks of each subject, so 5 subjects of 3 students considering. I'm creating multi-dimensional array this way. I can also, without allocating the memory, assign the data according to this value. The memory will be allocated automatically. Here I'm creating 3 rows. In each row I will be having 5 subjects with ID. As I told you that it would be 3 rows and 5 columns. I need nested for loop. The first for loop will iterate over the rows and the second for loop will iterate over the columns. Here I would like to iterate integer I. Or you can say I. It will be a and I gets plus plus. The nested loop will be there. That will work for the columns. I's columns are there. I'll say here the iteration variable is 0. Joy. I'll write 5. It will go till 4 because I'm not writing equals to here, and here I can get this up by planting marks at index I and index j. That's how you can work with multi-dimensional array. If in case you do not want to print this way, you want it in a tabular format, just don't change the line here. When the row changes, you can change the line by putting this out. I'm also putting up the escape character, that is tab key, so that I can see the space between the elements in each row. It should be /. Here in the tabular format, your all 5 subject marks are getting printed. I hope the concept is clear to you how you can walk onto the arrays. We do have array object. We have an array class in the util package which has a predefined methods. We're going to talk about them here and there. See you in the next session. Until next time. Stay tuned. Thank you.